All right, everybody, welcome to the Fusionscape channel. My name is Chris, and we are here with Brian Chen. Brian, what'd you do this weekend?
I got 5th place at the San Jose Regionals with Sky Striker Adventure.
All right, let's get into the list.
All right, for sure. So I played 5 pilots. I played 3 Ray and 2 Rose. Ray's self-explanatory, she floats. Rose, I decided to play 2 instead of just a normal 1. Because in this deck, you need more starters to trigger your Fateful to get the free Griffin, because you basically use every card in your hand, so you just need the extra starter. Most of the time, these just end up becoming like Vertang Anaconda, so it doesn't matter which one you open with as long as you have like access to one. But yeah, Rose was okay this weekend, so did have a great playing too. Never did both of her. 3 Enchantress and then 1 Griffin. Usually you don't play Griffin because it goes second deck, but when you break a board or you slam down mine, or you like bait out all the negates, and you can set up your own negate, then you simplify it to the point where you can just win the game. So yeah, this was pretty good. Thought it was fine. The 2 bricks, and then I also played 5 hand traps this event because I think Nib is like terrible against Despia because they only summon at most 4 times. Also, like it stops Brandon in red and like a bunch of other things too. It stops DP obviously. Ash was just overlaps very well against Enchantress, so is Bell, but like this also stops Branded Fusion and Branded Opening, so that's why I decided to play these and decide the other ones that would like help against the Brave matchups. So yep, and that's it for the monsters, and then for the spell cards. But 1 Engage, 3 Widow, this is pretty like subpar. This just trades with Griffin like 90% of the time. Doesn't really answer Griffin either. But in Simplify you can just take their shit and just like link it off, and then you know. Yeah, this was like okay, but like it was a little subpar for what it should be. One of like the better cards were Afterburner because this actually pops the Griffin like after you like negate it. Also, this like kind of paves the way for Mystic Mind, which is like kind of what the deck is like centralized for. So yeah, if I could play 3, like I probably would most likely be 3. Play 1 Airspace, 1 Multi-Roll. These are cards that people cut recently in the Sky Striker deck because these essentially are bricks, but multi-roll in a simplified game state is like really good. It's like Spellbook of Judgment, and you only play 1 Shark Cannon because this guy's really bad into the Brave cards because all you want to do is bait out your opponent's negates and shit. Area 0 just goes well with DPs to summon your pilot during your opponent's turn, so you can access and engage on your turn. But if you don't play multi-roll, you only have 1 Shark Cannon unless you copyright it back, so that's why I played multi-roll. And honestly, it didn't like hurt me this weekend, so it was just fine. I think the worst Striker spell was actually Hornet Bit, because when you go like the Brave package, you have to activate this before because you obviously have a monster in the main monster zone unless you make Anaconda, and this just like collateral damage for like Token Collector being in the format. So ultimately, this is like something you have to play, but like doesn't really feel good to draw. So I believe that's 10 Striker spells. I thought it was just fine. And then for the best cards in the deck, 3 Ride Over Missir, and then Fateful, and then Draco back.
Hey, yo, CRs?
Yes, sir. Yeah, these cards just bait negate and then set up Vert. Yeah, honestly, this is like probably the MVP of the format and this deck in particular. So, yep, definitely recommend playing this if you're looking to play Sky Striker. 1 Foolish for the Enchantress, Called By for DP, and then Ash Blossom. Rhoda to search your stuff. This is Mystic Mind, and then up with 2 Prosperity. I wanted like a consistency card because like if you can dig for Mystic Mind, you at least can buy yourself 2 turns, even if you banish 6, and then like cut off a lot of your engine. You just need like to get started basically. Like if you start Enchantress and then like this gets and then it gets Ash, you can just search the right anyway. So it's like that's fine. And you don't play 3 because you play Celestial and Basher. Oh, sorry, you play Celestial. And then honestly, one of the better cards this weekend was Talents. You just take their shit, you look at their hand. A lot of times they'll scoop game 1 if they see you like try to like look at the like get knowledge of their hand. So this is like really good. Griffin negate, activate game.
What effect did you activate most on Talents all weekend?
It was probably look at the hand. A lot of times I would just look at their hand and I'd be like, my Fusion Destiny is going to resolve. So I'll summon DP and I know what's in their hand. So whatever different card that I see them play, I'm just going to play around it. So this happened twice against Sword, so where we just ripped the Ecclesia and then their Vessel out of their hand and then like just paved the way, like I said. So yeah, this was look at the hand was really good. Confiscation's banned, by the way. 2 Droplet. You don't play 3 because I forgot the exact reason, but you don't want that draw 2, obviously. Also, I remember I explained it to someone earlier, but for the most part, like you need like all the cards in your hand, and like I feel like this just like, just gets free value out of like the quick play spell, so that's why you play it. But yeah, Droplet is pretty broken. 2 Destiny, it's broken. Summons DP. And then what the deck was like centralized around was Mystic Mine, so I played 3 copies of it on top of the Terraforming. Basically, you just try to pop Draco. Your main goal is to pop Draco back and then slam down Mind Game 1, and then you always win because the good players aren't playing Cosmic Cyclone, and the bad players are just easy to beat, so Mystic Mine is just really good. Yep, so I played 47, and the reason I played 47 is to mitigate the bricks, so I would have a less it would just be less likely to draw them, so that's why I played 47 instead of 40. And for the extra deck, I played 2 Hayate, 3 Kaguri, 2 Shiz. You never go into 3 because you have such a low Skystriker spell count. Honestly, like these 2 get banished, like this and the Hayate get banished off Prosperity a lot, so it's pretty much fine. Karna's really good. Zeke is broken because you gotta clear your Brave stuff, and like it's a dark, so this is only striker link that you can make dark with, so yeah, very important. Comes up a lot. Vert and DPE, which is basically the format. DPE is the best striker link because all your striker links become that. Like I said, just the format. Spider-Man, Dark, Unicorn, and Access Code. Honestly, these get banished like almost all the time. This if I have Destiny, and then like sometimes I banish this if I go for 6, but like usually these are like your primary targets to banish, and these are the ones like you most likely will use once. Yep, that's the extra. And then for the side deck, Best Girl, Field Center, took more Best Girls. Shout out to Elvis, Best Girl, and then played 3 Ghost Ogres. This is pretty okay. It's only good against the Brave matchups. Wouldn't side in against Despia, obviously, because bad. This is the same thing. I don't want to play 3 because if I draw 2 and it's like gets held hostage and I can't draw 2, and then I'm just like purposely just like inting. So that's why I want to play 2. But this card is pretty good. This won me. I only activated it once, and it actually just won me the game last round of the tournament, game 2 against Brain Kids. So yeah. Honestly, moving forward, I'd probably play the same ratio. 3 Cosmics for the scam decks, Heartbeat for the scam decks, and then I played 3 Shared Ride because Maxi is not legal unless you're playing Master Duel. And this against Blunderies, you always draw 4 or 5 cards because they always have the Pros, Duality, Robina, Eglin, and then Empin. So this was really impactful. Plus, against Despia, they add from Brandon Red, Aluber, Rights, Prosperity, all that stuff. So this was a good call. I recommend playing this in like every deck. And the last card was Summon Limit. This is for Flandries. I didn't play Beaver because this stops a lot of decks, but a lot of the cards that stop the other decks aren't very good against Flandries. And I have like a perfect like side op pattern for Flandries, which is like basically like these, and I'll just take out the Brave cards and like some other stuff too. So that would just make the matchup like infinitely free. So yeah, and that deck is like kind of scary because if they shifter scam you, then you can at least have Summon Limit to like back you up. So yep, that's the side deck.
Sounds good. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my Team Royalty. Shout out to Kenny, Tom, who also topped, Matt, the homie Elvis, Calvin. Shout out to Tommy because I forgot to shout him out the last deck I topped in. Shout out to Gospel, JJ, everyone, all the people who supported me, and my real life friends, I guess, and yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.